So this year for Christmas, I did not know what to get my wife, so I turned to the one thing I do know, which is car parts. So this is a 2021 Escalade, and as you can see, it has the factory, what do you call them? Static running boards, non-moving running boards. Whenever we bought this car, we were like, hey, we'll each choose one option. So my wife chose the quilted leather. I chose Super Cruise, which required like an extra $20,000 of other options, but we don't talk about that. So there was no money left over for the fancy running boards. So my wife has said in the past that she did want them. So I said, all right, this is a good opportunity. Let's get them. Why would you want electric running boards? Because these ones, they work. I mean, they do work just fine. The thing is, the electric ones, they come out lower and they come out farther. So instead of having to like slip your foot like right below the door here, it's more of a step. And then they also make the truck, car, whatever, look a little bit better because they slip up under there, get out of the way. So today we have the Real Truck Amp Research. Let's throw some more brands on here, electric running boards. These are also good because they have lights in them. So the Escalade does have like a puddle light that comes out right here, but these running boards are gonna have lights there and there. So you'll have light all along the running board when it's dark. And I may have glanced at the instructions. They said it was a 4 out of 4 difficulty. I don't really believe that though, because we have 4 brackets, we have the running boards themselves, we have some motors, we have some wiring, and that's it. Like I don't think it can be that hard. In fact, I'm so confident that this is not gonna be hard. We're doing it in the driveway today. Got the mean green machine on the lift. Still does not really have a rear suspension, so kind of hard to get off the lift, but I think we're gonna be just fine in the driveway. Oh, and as a bonus, we also have auto start stop defeat. So this car does have the thing where if you get to a stoplight or a stop sign, it turns the engine off while you're waiting, and then it starts it up again. Super annoying. It never really gets the engine going as quick as I want it to, so we got that too. So yeah, to get started, gonna hop under here, take the factory running boards off, and then we'll get started installing these. The only thing that might be kind of unique for our install today is that this Escalade is lifted and it has bigger wheels and tires, and whenever I did that, I had to modify the factory running boards to clear the tires whenever they turn. So these may need to be modified as well, but we'll figure that out whenever we get there. You know how sometimes you just run into like one thing that takes forever and makes your project go like so much longer? This is the first one of those. So this panel right here has to come off, I guess. And they say double nut the stud and then back it out. Turns out they actually have heads on them, the studs. It's a E5, if you know what that is. Kind of like a reverse Torx looking sort of thing, right? So I put that on, use the impact gun, breaks it right off, because turns out these are righty-loosey, not lefty-loosey. So if you get it going the right direction, it comes out, but if you don't, then you're just breaking stuff. But yeah, righty-loosey, and then you can get this guy off. And just like that, we're on to our next time suck. So they give you this new bracket to put the old control module of some sort on, right? They tell you to reuse the GM nuts. The only problem is the threads were so covered in powder coat that the nuts would not go on at all. So I had to take a die and clean off these studs here. The thing is, it was so hard to clean them off. I'm wondering if the studs were like the wrong thread pitch to begin with, but they're M6x1 now, so now we can continue to assemble. So this is kind of a weird install, starting to make me question if we have the right kit, but I guess we'll find out soon. So you got 4 holes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You think 4 bolts go in there. In fact, the instructions, they at least show 2 bolts on the bottom here. They don't really show up top. You go underneath the car, and where this is supposed to go, you've got 1 hole in the bottom, 1 hole in the top, and then there was a plug here. Took that out, thought maybe there'd be another threaded hole in there, but nope. So we just got 2 bolt holes, which is interesting. So I don't know, maybe they're just universal brackets, but you'd think the instructions would say something like you only need 2 bolt holes, or I don't know. We'll just bolt it up and find out. And the next time suck is the passenger side. So this is the passenger bracket. 99% sure about that. These black things came pre-installed. You can't clock them one way or another. The motors only go on in one position, but when you get under here to put this thing where it goes, the motor contacts those metal lines up there. I don't know exactly what they are, but GM went to a lot of trouble to separate them, so I'm guessing they shouldn't be vibrating on anything. So it looks like maybe there's some adjustability in there. Maybe I can kind of shift them that way. So I'm going to try that real quick. And after a half hour of messing around, yeah, they don't move very much. So what I'm going to do is I got some neoprene weather stripping on the lines there. They're still going to contact a little bit, but at least it won't be metal on metal, because it looks like those might be the fuel lines. And there you have the running boards installed. They don't work yet, but they're looking pretty good. Did cycle the tires. They don't hit We've got them, you can adjust them front to back pretty much wherever you want. So they're kind of almost even with the back of the car. Front, they got a little bit of room there for the tires to turn. So I think that's doing good. Yeah, next we need to make it all work. So you got your little control module here. We got our wiring harness. There's a fairly substantial amount of wires. But yeah, we'll just start plugging away on the wiring harness. Hopefully it goes a little bit quicker than just installing the boards. I thought that was gonna be like the quick 30-minute, maybe an hour job. We're in like 2 to 3 hours now, so going a little bit slower than I like, but let's see if we can speed it up. So as usual, it took way longer than expected. Got everything hooked up though. So the control module goes up here, which is kind of cheesy, but whatever. Wiring, one side goes down that way, one side goes down right. I put it down here. So then you go underneath the car here, you got the motor hooked in. You got 2 wires going up to inside the car there. Got the LEDs lights hooked up. Tells you to disconnect the battery right when you're doing this, so I just reconnected the battery, and I noticed something because I had one door open, which hard to open the door when the battery is disconnected. You can't, but so this door was open, right? And I noticed that step wasn't out, but if you look on this side, this step is out. Something somewhere got crossed. Gosh, I didn't think this one would be that bad, but when you fail at something on our channel, you require a pickle beer. We're gonna go with orange, because orange really isn't the worst. And although this is a failure, cheers. It's not really that bad of a failure. The wire taps they tell you to use, you can like undo them and put different wires in. So I'm just gonna go underneath here again real quick. Swap 2 wires, and we should have the right step open on the right side.
Daddy, let's go!
What? What?
Let's go! Daddy messed up!
So this door's open. This side should be out.
Oh, good. There
So your passenger can get out.
Awesome.
Guess what happens when you open this door?
They close so that your passenger can't get out.
No, that side opens. I swear I read the instructions like 5 times.
What is that, butter pickle beer?
It's orange pickle beer.
Oh, ginger pickle beer?
Can I time?
Hang on, let me fix this real quick. All right, so we're now hooked up correctly. You open the door, the running board on the right side opens. But here's the thing, I don't think that was my fault. So in the car, there's a purple and black wire and a purple wire. And you hook that up to coming out of the OBD2 thing, which I'm not a huge fan of, that you have to plug this into your OBD2 port, but how often do you really use that? Anyways, I matched up black and purple to black and purple, purple to purple, and that resulted in the wrong side opening. So I think somebody at the factory mixed up the wires, not me, because here's the thing. There's 2 parts of the wiring loom, right? One part goes down one side, one part goes on the other side. I could have swapped those, except for those purple wires come up the driver's side, so you can tap them into here, right? So those wires would have to be on the wrong side. So where is it? Where is it? This pickle beer that I already drank some of, we're just gonna take it and not my problem anymore. Actually, there's been a lot of companies recently that we've had to send pickle beers to. Maybe we should send one to Real Truck or Amp Research or whatever their name is. I don't know. Anyways, gonna button that back up and we'll be on our way. All right, auto start, stop, defeat. So this car does have the 6.2 liter Explodey engine in it, and part of that is the auto start stop here. So when you're at a stoplight, stop sign, whatever, the car will stop, and then whenever you take your foot to the gas, it's supposed to start really fast, but it doesn't. Like every time I get my foot to the gas, it's like it's not ready to go. So I know it's supposed to save fuel and stuff, but it kind of sucks. So we have the start stop eliminator here. It is just a little thing that plugs in right below that switch that we just saw, and to get to it, looks like there's a couple screws we gotta take out. Then you gotta pop off the side of the interior panel here on each side, and then that allows you access to more screws right here, and then you can raise this just enough to get underneath and behind that switch and plug in this guy. And then what it does is it remembers what you set your auto start stop to. So every time you start the car right now, that auto start stop turns back on. Even if you had turned it off, this remembers what you had pressed. If you turn it off, the next time you start your car, it will remember that you turned it off, and it will keep it off for you until you turn it back on, which is never gonna happen. So theoretically, this should be a lot faster than the running boards, but hey, let's find out. right, so that was significantly easier than the running boards. You just had like 1, 2, third screw on the other side, just like this one, and then everything is just plastic trim tabs. You just pop off the sides, pop up the top. Takes a little bit of force, but it came. Maybe you can get this up more, but I didn't want to break anything. It gave me just enough room to get under here to that clip, or the plug right up in there, get it out, put the new thing on, shove it back up in. If I've learned anything over the years, it's test your stuff before you go and put everything back together. So we're gonna start the car. All right, so theoretically what we do is we press the auto stop button. Auto stop is now off. We should be able to turn the car off. We'll walk away, we'll lock it. Probably doesn't like the fact that the doors are open, but whatever, it'll get over it. Unlock it. Start the car again. Does not look like it's coming back on. Light's still off. I think we're good to go. Now I can put it back together. And there you go, all back together again. So the auto start stop defeat, that is going to be awesome. I hate that thing so much. Like, I'm sure it saves a little bit of gas, but like the wear and tear on your starter and your engine every time, is it really worth it? I kind of doubt it. The steps, so I did those yesterday. We took the car to dinner last night. The wife likes them. She likes them a lot. They're lower than the factory steps, and I don't think they're really wider, because you can get your foot underneath the car. They're easier to step on and get up and down. They seem really sturdy. They stow up out of the way, but listen to this. Wait for it. That ka-thunk there at the end, you can hear that when you're in the car. So I don't like that. I've never been in an Escalade that has the factory running boards, but I'm gonna guess that they don't ka-thunk like that. So I don't like that. I don't like that you have to hook up the OBD2 port. Like, we already tapped into 2 wires. Why do we also need to hook in the OBD2 port? But it doesn't work if you unplug it. I tried. It's just a mental thing. You never use that port, but it's just like, why do we have to? I don't know. So auto start stop defeat, totally worth it. That was like $100. I'll try and remember to link to that somewhere. The running boards, they were kind of expensive. They were like almost $1,800, I think. I don't know how much the factory running boards go for these days, but if I were to do it again, I would just go for it, get that third option that we didn't get, and go ahead and do the factory running boards. They were a pain in the butt to install, and I kind of think the factory ones would be a little bit better. I mean, these ones, again, they work just fine. They have lights, it's all great. There's a few little things I don't like about it. So, make your own decision though. If you really, really want power running boards, and maybe the car you bought it used didn't have them, then go ahead and do it. But if you're buying a car new and you have the option, I would just go ahead and spend the money. But until next time, I kind of found something in my wife's car whenever I was going through and doing the start, stop, delete. It's a valet ticket. If there's one thing you know about my family, it's you never valet a car, never under any circumstances. Grew up with valets. I know what they do. I'm gonna have to go talk to the wife. See you later. Hello? I know what you did.
What did I do?
I found the evidence in your car.
What did I do?
What can you tell me about this?
Huh.
That's a valet ticket.
It is a valet ticket.
You know what we do with valets.
Is this for real?
It was in your car. You tell me why there's a valet ticket in your car.
I don't know.
Are you allowed to use valets?
No, I'm not allowed to use
No one's, no. Bad. Bad. You tell her. Bad mommy.